Hey, good morning, guys. It's going to be a quick video. It's been a couple weeks, and plans that I had for the YouTube channel and videos got kind of put on pause for a couple reasons. Number one, I went from overnight line haul to this past week was my first week on a day route. Now I am doing physical booze deliveries instead of just hauling with a semi-tractor trailer overnight from one location to another. I didn't deal with any product before. All I would do was drive for about 8 hours a night. And now I'm physically moving wine and spirits, unloading a box truck, 500 cases a day, 4 days a week. The schedule is much better for our family, but the transition hasn't been the easiest, I guess. We'll get used to it. It is a much better schedule for our family, so it's going to work, and we rebid at the end of the year. So a higher seniority guy than me went to overnight line haul, so that kind of opened up a bid. And as the bids kind of drop down, or the routes, they post a route, somebody takes it, that guy's route gets posted, and it kind of trickles down. And I ended up on kind of the one that nobody wanted, right? And then also number two, I've known about this for a while, but I had seen kind of things on Facebook. A really good high school buddy of mine just got divorced a few months ago, earlier this year. And they have 3 young kids. They were married for 13 years, together for 16 total. Their oldest is 9. Their youngest is 5. And so that was kind of really devastating. I met with him about 2 weekends ago, and just to chat with him, prayed about it a lot. We're not super close, we were really tight in high school, and you kind of, how it is, growing up in a small town, people move away, people have families. We were on a bowling league, I think, couple years ago, and we've kept in contact here and there. He's a pharmacist at the VA, so we've been in contact past couple of years. If I have questions about the VA, or I had surgery there, and kind of the medication that they give, so we've been in contact, and like I said, we're really good friends. But it really broke my heart, again, coming from divorce, the oldest of 3. And I know what it does to the children. And I don't think that children are an ultimate reason for a couple to stay married. But with all the statistics that we have, and again, coming from that environment, knowing what it does, knowing the effects that it can have, it kind of just devastated me. Because he told me that there's 0 chance that they reconcile. They're both seeing new people intimately already, a couple months after divorce. And again, just thinking about the kids that are going through that. My buddy has the best intentions to bring up his children how he sees fit, right? Provide for them, take care of them. But just going through that as a kid, as adults, we say that kids are resilient, right? And again, I know my buddy loves his children, and it's easy for me to post something on Facebook saying, we say we love our kids, and then we get divorced, and these are just kind of platitudes that you post online, right? It's the social media keyboard thing, but I believe that both of them love their kids, but going through that and still kind of struggling with different feelings and working through things like that. It's just a bummer. It's just a bummer. That's what it is. And, I don't really praying for him, praying for the kids, praying for their families. I don't know what else can be done. I kind of, I was hoping and praying that reconciliation would be an option, but, and I don't know both sides of the stories, guys. It's not, it's not my business. The details we don't need to get into. The bigger picture is the destruction that divorce is having on our society. I think God is calling me on this channel to kind of, he saved my marriage, and I know the blessings that come from it. So that's kind of what my channel is about now. So that was really tough. Kind of put the videos on hold. Coming up, I still want to dive into, I've been looking over videos on divorce and marriage in the scriptures, different people's perspectives. I'm a layman. I'm not an educated man. I didn't go to seminary. So I read the same scriptures that you do, and there's different kind of viewpoints, extreme viewpoints, trying to, cycle through all that. But those will be coming up in the future. Having my CDL for 4 years, that's coming up in December. So I got a video on that. I don't know if I'm going to get to the pool for a diving video this year. But if you guys, are making plans, or, things aren't really going the way you foreseen in your life currently, or in the recent past. This week, in the mornings before work, been reading through Ecclesiastes, written by Solomon, the wisest human, the wisest king in the scriptures, and talks a lot about life being meaningless, and rich and poor, men and women, young and old. We all go to the grave, basically, right? And for how short this life can be, the scriptures describe our life as a vapor, as a mist, in the span of eternity. Young Earth, people think, the Earth is probably about 6,000 years old, 6 to 8,000, whatever, 6 to 10, and old people who think the Earth is millions or billions of years. You think about a person's lifespan, 70 years in the span of either one of those. 70 years in 6,000 is a vapor, right? We're here one day, we're gone the next. We're not really remembered. And in a million or billion years, it's the same, right? And into eternity. So, but in Ecclesiastes, Solomon says, the chief goal of man is to fear God and obey his commands. So the wisest man on earth, he's kind of seen it all, done it all. That's his words for us. Fear God and obey his commands. So if you are struggling, if things aren't going as you planned, things aren't going as you foresaw, that's what we have to hold on to from God's word. Hope you guys are doing well, and just wanted to get this out there for you. That's where I've been. As always, guys, God bless.